God, I'm so depressed. I just wish I was dead. I don't want to do this video. Oi, mate. Hold up. You're Canadian, right? Yeah. You know, you can just go down to Canada and get assisted suicide, mate. You know what? Never mind about that. I think, well, I'm gonna, just do the video instead of doing that. All right, so over here we got a website, The Conversation. And by the way, I'm not really depressed. I love life, and I find great value in sharing fucked up information like this. So we got a website here. I am not affiliated with this at all. I don't endorse or condone anything anybody says. Not really aware of this website, but it's very interesting. It says here, MAID and marginalized people. Coroner's report shed light on assisted death in Ontario. Very interesting little part down here. It says, additionally, the report shed light on specific cases of concern, including people receiving Track 9 MAID for social and housing vulnerability, and for unclear reasons, while still suffering from inadequately treated mental illness and addictions. This includes a man with a history of suicidal ideation and untreated addictions whose psychiatrist asked during a session whether he was aware of MAID. After being approved, he was personally transported by MAID provider in their vehicle to an external location. We have a lovely little part over here which states, I'm not going to read this all to you like a bedtime story, but we are going to go back because I didn't mean to click that link. Right, here we are. Some are shocked by what these reports reveal, but none should be surprised. This is what happens when you let the foxes run the hen house. Right, now the reports have received international attention for what they highlight, including patients being euthanized despite untreated mental illness and addictions, unclear medical diagnosis, and suffering fueled by housing insecurity, poverty, and social marginalization. Isn't that beautiful? So I wanted to show you guys, just, actual images, just for a human, feel of actual people who have been murdered by our loving government that goes out of their way to put fluoride in the water for your teeth, despite numerous Harvard studies stating that it actually reduces IQ by approximately 20%. But never mind that conspiracy theorist stuff, and just, and you're totally not shitting on everyone who's been affected and murdered by government by laughing and, just saying, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. Fuck you. Okay, how about that? You got blood on your hands. Got blood on your hands. Culpable book, safe and effective book comes to mind. Anyway, so yeah, as you can see, it is, this is not some bullshit I'm pulling out of my fucking ass. This is on the Canadian government's own fucking website, okay? Isn't that just beautiful? Just so nice. So, how many people were killed by MAID? The United States, as of January 2025. Shit, what the fuck? I pressed the wrong button. There we go. All right. 60 fucking thousand. 60,301 people have died by medical assistance in MAID. Let me just rephrase that. 60,301 people have been murdered by the fucking government. Okay? In Canada since 2016. In 2023, 15,343 people were murdered by the government by MAID, which was 4.7% of all deaths in Canada. 4.7 fucking percent. Okay? So, let's see what the people that they're totally not affected by the conspiracy realities that governments are causing. People are not spiritually fulfilled because they're not allowed to access things that expand their consciousness, like this wonderful lady who looks like she just smelt a fart state. So I suggest you guys check out the video. Will be in the comments, of course, down below, right? Because I got to redundantly say down below to sound official, right? I can't just say in the comments. I got to add down below, because the comments, they used to, or the description, where I'm going to be posting the link to this video, they used to, it used to be above, right? Or to the side, right? I don't know why I got to say down below, but anyway, let's get on with the fucking show. Because in reality, this woman didn't just smell a fart. She smelled Satan. So let's play the video.
Not acceptable behavior in any way, shape, or form. We don't even do that to our dogs. And then you come into the morality issue around this, right? What do we do for these individuals? Well, it's a hard one, because when you start to allow the government to control your body, the government will inevitably abuse the system. And that's what we're seeing right now. So I would like to say that we should be able to do this for individuals who truly need it. But Canada doesn't use euthanasia as a last resort, like the Netherlands or Belgium. They use it as a treatment option.
Yeah.
We'll get you back to the interview in a minute. But first,
What?
That, my friends, is the sound of another sale on...
Shut the fuck up, mate. So you got this woman. So, okay, yeah, the government's killing us. They're having an open plan where you can now, step right in, guys, come kill yourself. When before, if you would say you wanted to kill yourself, you'd be locked up in a mental hospital. But now they're just saying, oh yeah, you hear of MAID? Nah. Step right up, guys, boys and girls, come kill yourself. And then this cunt comes in. We got to see that again. Because, that's just so classy, isn't it? That is so fitting, Yeah, I was just talking about the government, just normalizing suicide. And then this fucking cunt comes in saying, I gotta play that again. Holy shit.
We should be able to do this for individuals who truly need it. But Canada doesn't use euthanasia as a last resort, like the Netherlands or Belgium. They use it as a treatment option.
Yeah.
We'll get you back to the interview in a minute. But first, that, my friends, is the sound of another sale on Shopify, the all-in-one commerce platform.
Is it? You know what that was the sound of? Me hitting the fucking space bar, mate. What in the fuck? How dare you? Love him or hate him, okay? Alex Jones on InfoWars would at least say, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a commercial break, okay? Because the subject was just so important, okay? This cunt, he's like, fuck that. I got to make that money. I got to pay that fucking, Scottish Electric. I got to pay my, I got to pay for my little fucking key meter I stick in the fucking wall. Or I bet this cunt's got a smart meter for sure. I'm sure he's falling for that. But moving on. What's this part has to say here? Let's see.
How much of this is to do with ideology, Kelsi?
Oh, of course it's to do with ideology. When you have individuals who hate their own lives, who are sick, overweight, and unhealthy with no children, and they just are not happy with the world, and then you put them in places of power who educate other doctors on what they should be telling their somewhat healthy patients, of course it's ideology, because these are the same people that say that if I call you the wrong pronoun with the new Bill 63, I should be going to prison for life. These are the same people that say that me sitting on this show right now and the things that I've just said are hate speech. So we have to look at it from ideology, morality, from the financial burden on the system. We have to look at the whole encompassing issue. And what I can tell you is that having been dropped into this because Veterans Affairs started offering euthanasia when people were asking for help, is that the system is broken to the point in which we have individuals who are very unwell making the calls. And when you put people in places of power who are uneducated, who are mentally unwell themselves, who are unhappy with their own lives, you get, like we talked about this before, you get the trickle-down effect. Mm-hmm. This ideology of death over a life is something I refuse to accept, because my son will be 12 in a few years. And if he walks into a hospital in British Columbia or anywhere else in Canada and says, I would like to die, I will then have to spend my entire life savings plus more and fundraise to keep him out of the hands of people like Ellen Wiebe.
We'll get you back to the interview in a minute. But first, let me recommend an incredible alternative to coffee that will give you that all-day energy without the jitters in a delicious hot drink. Mud water is made with 4 functional mushrooms.
That is so fucking, that is so low. That's what that is, okay? I can't believe that shit. Oh shit, sorry, we just lost my camera. I've gone into the dark. I don't want to edit this video because no one's supporting me at paypal.me/criticalunity. So, sorry, Critical Unity 20. That address again is paypal.me/Critical Unity 20. You can always donate and support the show. All right, we're back. Okay. You want a proper advertisement? You want something that would be fitting instead of that fucking bullshit that cunt just did? Trying to sell us fucking coffee on such an important subject. Yeah, but first, fuck you. Holy shit. Okay. You want to prevent suicides? Well, before I had a spiritual awakening, and if you don't know what that means, well, I gotta say, very succinctly, because this is so important. Let's just imagine this is like a 30-second advert. Well, I've already surpassed your attention spans, however. Let's just, imagine that, okay. If I could just communicate very simply, okay. The proof of the paranormal can prevent suicides. As crazy as that sounds, it helped. Well, I'm fucking still here. Okay, there's been many times I wanted to end my life. I'm not gonna digress and go into all that, but by actually not only researching things that could be bullshit, okay, and hoaxes and all that, I experienced it firsthand. Okay, I'll get into that story in a separate video. Or I'll just, I'll say it right now. I was with my ex-wife. We were in Kingston, Ontario, and we went to this place called the Econo Lodge, and we were arguing, like usual, and we both were doing a bit of this. And we decided to smoke out the window. Now, the window was just had like one little corner that would open, and it wasn't windy at all. And we were just like, smoking out the window. And I hear this weird like noise, like whoosh. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell is that? And she looked like she's seen a ghost. Like she was like really freaked out, and she's just bolted right out of there. And it took like maybe half an hour to get her to tell me what happened. And she told me as he turned around to pass it was a joint, okay, whatever, pass the joint. The curtain just opened on its own. Okay, and I'm like, what? And I felt like this weird, like feeling in. We ended up like, make a long story short, we went to this other fucking hotel, and we ended up making up and having a nice evening, and decided to go on a nice romantic trip to this place called Wolf Island. And on the way there, it's like a nice ferry, we were gonna have a nice time. And anyway, on the way there, we were talking about what happened, and the taxi driver, he stopped the car on the side of the road and turned around, and he said, "You see the hairs rising on the back of my neck?" And I'm there fumbling on my phone, trying to find out how to, like, I had no space. I'm just like, I gotta fucking be able to record this fucking conversation. This is proof. Like, but I couldn't. Anyway, he said, "Was it room 113? I'm like, this is like right out of a movie. This is fucked. I'm starting to freak out. And I'm like, yeah, it was. And we're looking at each other, and we're like, holy fuck. Holy shit. And he said, I had this construction guy in my car the other day, and he was talking about like weird shit going on in that room. His bed started moving around, and he was like hearing voices and shit or whatever the fuck. It clearly paranormal stuff. And I'm like, that's incredible. And then he goes and says, 4 girls were murdered in that room. It used to be a brothel, like a strip club. And their bodies were melted in the bath. And the day before, we were in Toronto in some hotel, and like I know my ex-wife is nuts, okay, but everyone's got some kind of weird psychic abilities. Everything's connected, anyway, and she, like it really freaked me out when she told me, like, I had a vision, my body was being melted with some chemical formaldehyde, whatever the fuck they use, in the bath, and it could have been a coincidence because she's psycho and probably thought I wanted to kill her. I don't know, but like at times, I've never, like, anyway, just trying to be funny there, but no, it all like kind of lines up, and it's pretty weird. And it really made me realize that if you kill yourself, and unfortunately I think obviously if you are killed unnaturally, your soul is going to be stuck in the same place for a long ass time. And having a lot of experiences with lucid dreaming, and realizing that the dream world is some sort of parallel other dimension, I can't help to know that, coupled with all the evidence of research of other people's experiences with the paranormal, that killing yourself would be a really, really, really badass idea. Can you imagine all the spirits that are in that hospital where they kill like hundreds of people per month or whatever the fuck it is? leave you with that. I'm going to be starting a new series on spirituality and things like that. So if you've enjoyed this content, subscribe right now. Take it easy. Goodbye.